Well guys, we are 3 days away from the haute route Alps, the 1 week event of massive mountains. In 2 days time, I'm flying out to Geneva and then getting the bus over to the start village, but today is my final training session before I taper off to the weekend basically. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna do a fairly flat route, and then I'm going to ride it at quite a decent tempo. Not quite like what you'd call zone 2 on a 6-zone power model, but it'd be more like zone 3. I had a rest day yesterday. I'm feeling good and fresh. I just want to give myself a little squeeze before I have another probably easy day tomorrow, and then the full travel day on Saturday. And yesterday, I had a delivery come from Assos of Switzerland. They sent me the Equip R shorts and jersey to wear for one of the days at the haute route event. No obligation, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, so complete transparency. Sent it over, I can try it, give my impressions and share it with you guys. Now it's interesting, I don't review products really, I suppose, but having ridden for 15 years, and when I first started in my local cycling club, I was wearing hand-me-down kit. And then when I managed to turn pro and get into teams, I started to try different kits, of course, and I've ridden Rafa, Pedled. So maybe I'm in a decent place to say what I think about kit like this, which is technically high-end kit. And judging by the rave reviews online, people always talk about how good the Assos shorts are. Like the chamois, for example, and the way that it's only stitched at the front and at the back, so it allows a bit of movement. But already with it on, I feel like there's a lot of support and comfort there. I'm actually wearing an extra small jersey and an extra small shorts, but usually I go for a size up in the shorts because of my developed glutes. But in this case, I've gone for what Assos actually recommended. I gotta sort all this mess out as well when I get back. I've got to pack all my nutrition for the whole week. First 10 miles of the ride ticked off. 25 minutes. I mean, it's obviously the kit making me this fast. Nothing to do with the tailwind. Absolutely nothing. Oh, that ride went quite well. Just shy of 300 watts for 2 hours. Although it was a pretty flat route, so I just kept the tension on the pedals the whole time. And that was a solid tempo ride. Kit is looking a bit salty now, actually. I've broken it in. Well, actually, I can't give you I can give you a first impression, but I can't give you a review yet. But I guess first impression, I can see why people say it's comfortable. Definitely fits quite well, I would say. Like, definitely one of the better kits that I've worn. And I was saying I've ridden plenty of kits. I forgot to mention the Castelli is one of those as well. So it's probably only maybe like, the Maps, the Panormal, that type of kit that I haven't actually worn. There's a little grippers here on the back of the leg. The length of the short is good. My only real gripe with the fit so far is that the arms are a bit short. But that's more like a personal preference thing. I mean, it's not really short, but it's shorter than what I'm used to. But in terms of what the kit's made of, and even it's 22 degrees and I've just been working fairly hard, I'm quite dry. I don't feel any damp patches on me at all. Maybe on my lower back slightly, but that's where the pockets are. You'd expect that, I would imagine. And I don't know if it's because of the way they do the chamois in these Assos shorts, because the chamois are like only stitched at the front and at the back, but it feels like the chamois is narrower in the middle, which kind of means it doesn't rub your thigh, the inside of your thighs, when you're on the saddle. And that's a very small comfort touch that I've never really thought of before. I'm just having my ice cold glass of milk. Good old-fashioned recovery drink. Used to drink loads of milk when I was a kid. That might explain a lot, I don't know. But I've been using this Garmin Forerunner 570 watch for the last 2 weeks, and I was interested to combine this because I've been using a Garmin Edge cycling computer for the last couple of months as well, as no doubt you'd have seen. So I wanted a watch so that I could sort of stay within the same ecosystem. But I wanted to also see the HRV and my sleep and stuff like that, training readiness. It's all very interesting stuff. Technology is very interesting. But I have been in a really good state recently of like progressive training over the, well, actually since coming back from France. I had 1 week off and then I basically just trained quite steadily for about 3 weeks leading up to this week. And I've even trained into this week, even though I know the event is on the weekend, and then I have a full 7 days of pretty hard riding and, you know, pushing myself and seeing what I can do on the mountain. So it's like everybody's peaks is going to look different, you know, everybody's taper weeks and everything's going to look different. So mine is very much like day by day, I play it by ear, and I change my training based on how I feel, how I wake up, how I've slept, and all these things. It's not just, you know, I don't just say this is what I'm doing this week. I usually change it. So Monday, I did a couple of quite hard intervals, but then Tuesday, and Wednesday, and now Thursday, today, I've been taking it pretty steadily, aside from today, but I've been tapering off quite aggressively, if you will. So keeping the load quite high for the last couple of weeks, 20 hours and nearly, you know, 900,000 TSS. And here we are now drastically dropping things going into the weekend. So because I know that tonight is going to be my last chance of getting a good night's sleep, I also know that today's my last chance to probably get a good ride in. So that's what I've done. I've made the most of today and I've got the ride in, got it done, hopefully sleep well tonight. And then Friday, I can take an easy day, as easy as it can be, because I need to pack, I need to get everything ready and sorted and then drive, because I'm going to sleep over in the van somewhere near Bristol Airport for a very early 6 a.m. flight Saturday morning. And then I have to spend virtually all day at the airport, just sitting around, probably working, but doing something anyway, but sitting around until my shuttle at 3:30 p.m. So Saturday's a long day, travel days are the worst anyway, and it's the day before the first stage. So I fully intend for my first stage on Sunday to be subpar. I don't expect to feel good at all. And if anything, I probably just need to take that day fairly steady and not try and, you know, push myself too hard and just try and look after myself. If you're flying into Geneva on Saturday and you've got to wait for that shuttle, if you're doing the haute route, come say hi. I'm sure we won't have much else to do. And yeah, like my advice would be, if you are flying in and that is your travel day and you've had to have an early start or whatever it may be, you know, just be mindful of that at the first day on Sunday and even Monday, you know, and how your sleep is affected, you know, how travel affects your nutrition, your hydration, you know, all of these things get thrown completely out of whack. You know, I've traveled all over the world, raced my bike all over the world. I know this by now. It can be horrendous, but equally, you just need to manage it. So I feel like I'm good today. My HRV has just gone woof, like in the last 2 days, which is good. Resting heart rate hasn't really gone anywhere, but at least HRV has responded. Not that it's something that I obsess over, it's just something that I thought I would throw in there of note. So yesterday I had another delivery of some coffee from Clifton, and its speciality, instant coffee, which I feel like I've never heard of before. So I've got a single origin here and I've got a house blend here. I'm gonna get Charlie to try one because she's not really an instant coffee fan. So it actually smells nothing like instant coffee. Give it a smell test. You'd be surprised. That's the extent of the review. We're the best.
Tastes closer to one of those coffee bags, which are closer to like a filter coffee.
I'm going to take a box of these with me now this week to the haute route, so I can have a little brew, maybe in the afternoons, or maybe the hotel coffee is not up to scratch. I've just been packing up all 5 kilograms of bike nutrition. There's gels in there, there's powders in there, and I put those in a Ziploc bag because I don't want them to explode. My 97-year-old grandfather donated these to me because it was his birthday the other day, and you can't chew them. So I've now got hold of wine gums, and I'm taking those with me. I'm just gonna put the cassette on my race wheels and give them a little run today and see how they go. But hopefully, after the service, they run well, so I can pack the bike up later.